Now, let's talk about the money itself, the earnings that fuel your benefit. Every year, the Social Security Administration adjusts the maximum amount of earnings subject to the Social Security payroll tax. This is called the taxable maximum, or the wage base. For 2026, this cap is projected to take a significant jump, likely to land somewhere around $175,000 to $180,000. This is an annual adjustment based on national wage growth, but recent inflation means this jump is more noticeable. What does this mean for you? If you are a high earner, you'll see more of your paycheck subject to that 6.2% Social Security tax. For self-employed individuals, that means both the employer and employee share, totaling 12.4%. But here's the crucial upside: you're also buying a higher future benefit. Social Security benefits are calculated based on your 35 highest years of indexed earnings, capped by this taxable maximum. So, by contributing more now, you're potentially raising your own benefit calculation down the road. For the vast majority of workers who earn below this cap, this change doesn't directly impact your take-home pay, but it's a critical indicator of the health of the Social Security Trust Fund. More taxable wages mean more revenue flowing into the system, which is essential for its long-term sustainability. It's a reminder that your benefits are directly tied to your contributions. It's not a handout, it's an earned benefit, and for high earners, the rules of that earning potential are expanding. But the changes aren't just for future retirees. One of the most impactful updates coming in 2026 affects a group that often faces the toughest financial squeeze: working beneficiaries. The retirement earnings test rules are being modified. Currently, if you claim Social Security before your full retirement age but continue to work, the SSA withholds $1 in benefits for every $2 you earn above a relatively low annual limit. In the year you reach your FRA, a higher limit applies, and then once you hit your FRA, the test disappears and you can earn any amount without penalty. Starting in 2026, those earning exemption limits are getting a substantial boost. The exact figures will be finalized late in 2025 based on inflation data, but we expect them to rise significantly from current levels. This is a major deal. It means more flexibility for those who want or need to claim benefits early, perhaps due to health concerns or job loss, but still have the capacity and desire to work part-time or in a new career. You'll be able to earn more without triggering a reduction in your monthly check. It acknowledges the modern reality of retirement, which for many isn't a cliff but a slope, a gradual transition out of the workforce. This change reduces the harsh penalty that often discouraged people from working.
Imagine this. You've been planning your retirement for decades, counting on that Social Security check to be a certain amount, only to find out the rules have shifted beneath your feet. For millions of Americans, that's not a scary hypothetical, it's a reality set to arrive on January 1st, 2026. The Social Security Administration isn't just tweaking a few numbers. They're implementing some of the most significant rule changes in years, changes that will reshape retirement timelines, benefit calculations, and financial futures. Whether you're 25 and just starting your career, 55 and eyeing the finish line, or already receiving benefits, what happens in 2026 will touch your life. This isn't about politics or scare tactics. This is your financial blueprint. Welcome back to USA Benefits Update, your trusted source for clear, factual, and actionable information on the benefits that matter most to your American life. Today, we're diving deep into the Social Security rule updates effective January 2026. We'll break down exactly what's changing, why it's happening, and most importantly, what you need to do right now to protect your future and potentially unlock thousands of dollars you might otherwise leave on the table. So, grab a notepad, because this is one video you cannot afford to miss. Let's start with the change that's sending shockwaves through the planning community. The full retirement age is officially climbing. For decades, the anchor point for Social Security, your full retirement age or FRA, has been 66 or 67. Depending on when you were born. If you were born in 1960 or later, your FRA is already 67. But here's the new reality. For anyone born in 1962 or after, that's folks who are turning 64 in 2026, the full retirement age is increasing to 67 and 2 months. Now, that might sound like a small, incremental shift, just 60 days. But in the world of Social Security, 2 months is a very big deal. Think of your full retirement age as the bullseye. Claim benefits before that age, and your checks are permanently reduced. Claim after, and you get permanent increases called delayed retirement credits. Moving the bullseye 2 months later means every single calculation from early retirement at 62 to maximum benefits at 70 gets recalibrated. For someone considering claiming at 62, this shift means a larger reduction from a slightly higher FRA. The bottom line, your baseline benefit, the one you get if you claim exactly at your FRA, will be slightly smaller for any given work history compared to someone with the same earnings who had an FRA of 67. This change is a direct, legislated response to increasing life expectancy. The system was designed with a certain payout period in mind, and as we live longer, the math requires adjustment. It's a quiet but powerful reminder that Social Security is not a static program. It evolves, and your strategy must evolve with it. If you were born in 1962 or later, you must recalculate. Don't rely on old calculators.
Perhaps the most complex, yet potentially most rewarding, change involves the rules surrounding spousal and survivor benefits. Social Security has always been a family safety net, and the 2026 updates introduce nuanced shifts here. For divorced spouses, the process for claiming benefits on an ex-spouse's record is being streamlined, reducing some of the bureaucratic hurdles, provided the marriage lasted at least 10 years. More importantly, the interplay between claiming your own benefit and a spousal benefit is seeing further clarification from rules that began changing years ago. The key principle to remember is this: the era of file and suspend or claiming a spousal benefit while letting your own benefit grow to age 70 is largely over for anyone not already grandfathered in. The 2026 rules continue to enforce what's called deemed filing. In simple terms, when you apply for Social Security, you are deemed to be applying for every benefit you are eligible for: your own retirement benefit and any spousal benefit. You will receive the higher of the two amounts. You cannot choose to take just a spousal benefit first. This makes strategic claiming for married couples more about timing and less about loopholes. For survivor benefits, the rules remain more flexible. A widow or widower can claim a survivor benefit as early as age 60, or switch to their own retirement benefit later if it becomes higher. The 2026 updates include a slight increase in the special lump sum death benefit, a small one-time payment to a surviving spouse, though it remains a modest amount. The message here is that family benefit planning requires more precision than ever. It's no longer about clever tricks, but about coordinated timing. Couples need to sit down and model different scenarios. What if the higher earner delays? What if the lower earner claims early to provide household income while the other's benefit grows? Your combined lifetime benefit as a household can vary by hundreds of thousands of dollars based on these decisions. And we cannot discuss changes without addressing the annual cost of living adjustment, or COLA. The COLA for 2026 will be announced in October 2025 based on inflation data from the third quarter of 2024 and 2025. While we don't have the number yet, the methodology itself is a critical part of the update. The COLA is calculated using the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. The CPIW, there has been ongoing debate about switching to a different index like the CPIE, which supposedly better reflects the spending habits of the elderly, particularly on health care. As of 2026, the CPIW remains the law, but the discussion is intense.
Now, let's translate these rule changes into actionable strategies. If you're under 62 and your FRA has moved to 67 in 2 months, the calculus of when to claim is changed. The reduction for claiming at 62 will be steeper. This makes the case for delayings even stronger for those who can afford it. Each year you delay past your FRA, you earn those delayed retirement credits. About 8% per year, until age 70. With a later FRA, those credits become even more valuable because they are building on a slightly different base. For many, working just a few months longer than you originally planned could offset the entire impact of the SRA change. It's about flexibility. The system is nudging you toward a longer career, and your personal response should be to at least consider it. Run the numbers. Use the SSAS calculators, or consult a fee-only financial advisor who specializes in Social Security. Don't rely on rules of thumb from a bygone era. For working beneficiaries excited about the higher earnings test limits, this is an opportunity to test drive retirement. You can claim benefits to supplement your income while still working part-time, without as severe a penalty. This can be a fantastic way to transition. Maybe you downshift to a less stressful job, pursue a passion project that pays a little, or simply work fewer hours, all while activating a portion of your Social Security. The new limits give you more breathing room to make that equation work. Just remember, any benefits withheld due to the earnings test aren't lost forever. Once you reach your full retirement age, your monthly benefit will be recalculated upward to account for those withheld months. It's more of a delay than a panacea for couples. The 2026 landscape demands a joint strategy session. With DM'd filing firmly in place, the key lever you control is timing. Generally, the higher earner should strongly consider delaying benefits as long as possible. Ideally, to age 70. This does two things. It maximizes the monthly benefit for as long as that person lives, and it maximizes the survivor benefit that will eventually be left for the lower earning spouse. That survivor benefit is 100% of what the higher earner was receiving when they died. So, by delaying to 70, you are purchasing the largest possible lifelong annuity for your surviving spouse. The lower earning spouse might claim earlier, perhaps at their own FRA, or even earlier if needed to support the household budget while the higher earner's benefit grows. This coordinated approach is how you maximize the system's family protection features under the new rules. But let's address the elephant in the room, trust fund solvency. You'll hear headlines about the Social Security Trust Fund running out of money. Here's the straight story. The system has two main funding sources, payroll taxes from current workers and the reserves in the trust funds. According to the latest trustees report, the combined trust funds are projected to be depleted around 2035. Depleted does not mean bankrupt. It means the incoming payroll taxes alone would only be enough to pay about 80% of scheduled benefits. Congress has always acted to resolve these shortfalls before they happen. There's some mix of revenue increases, like raising the taxable wage cap, further, adjusting the payroll tax rate, or modifying benefits. Likely for future beneficiaries, the 2026 changes we're discussing are part of a long-term tuning of the system. The takeaway for you is this. Do not base your personal plan on a fear that benefits will vanish. They won't. The system will be adjusted. Your planning should focus on the rules as they exist and as they are scheduled to change, like these 2026 updates. Making a rash decision to claim early out of fear is often the single worst financial move you can make, locking in a permanently reduced benefit for the rest of your life. 3:02 p.m., the 23rd of December 2025. Bhajan Kumar, 5:05. We've covered a tremendous amount of ground, from shifting retirement ages to smarter claiming strategies. The through line is clear. Social Security is becoming more personalized, more precise, and requires more engagement from you. The days of setting and forgetting are over. Your benefit is one of the largest, most guaranteed financial assets you will ever have. For many, it's worth over $1 million in lifetime value. Managing it passively is like ignoring $1 million inheritance. You have to be proactive. Start with your statement. Understand your numbers. Model your options. Have the conversation with your spouse. If it feels complex, seek a one-time consultation with a professional. The cost of good advice is often dwarfed by the cost of a claiming mistake. Your financial future is not a spectator sport. The rules are changing in 2026, but that doesn't mean you're at their mercy. It means you have new information. And with that information comes power to make confident, informed decisions that could add tens of thousands of dollars to your retirement security. Don't let these changes happen to you. Understand them, plan for them, and use them to build the retirement you've earned. Thank you for making USA Benefits Update a part of your journey to financial clarity. If this deep dive helped you, you know what to do. Give this video a like. It truly supports the channel. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, especially as we get closer to 2026 and these changes become final. Share this video with a friend or family member. Having this conversation could be one of the most valuable gifts you give them. Leave a comment below with your biggest question about Social Security. Our community is here to help. Remember, navigating benefits is easier together. Until next time, stay informed, stay proactive, and take control of your American benefits. This is USA Benefits Update. Signing off.